Hey guys, it's Julia and welcome back to Juilliard. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this realistic miniature waterfall. So to get started, we're going to start with some sort of wood base. You could also use cardboard for this. Then you're going to get some blue water paper or blue construction paper and you're going to trace your base onto the paper and then you're going to cut the paper out. Then I'm going to be using some double-sided tape and I'm going to be putting it all over the base. Then peel off the backing. Next, I'm going to line up the edges and place our water paper on top of our base. Then we're going to get a sheet of fake grass, and we're just going to line up the edges, then cut a big chunk out of it. You can make this any shape that you want. Then we're going to line up the edges once more, and holding onto the top, we're going to flip it over and cut around the base. Then you'll be left with something like this. Next we're going to get some cardboard, and we're going to trace around the grass onto the cardboard, and then we're going to cut the cardboard out. Then set those two pieces aside. Next we're going to get some clear plastic from packaging and we're going to cut out a square of it. Then we're going to make sure that it's the right size for what we need it for. Then we're going to take our hot glue gun, which may or may not be breaking at this point, and we're going to glue the fake grass onto the cardboard. R.I.P. glue gun. You've served me well. Anywho, so now we are going to put the grass onto the blue water, and we're going to be gluing on our plastic. So just put a line of glue along the top, and place down our plastic. Then glue on the bottom. Then we're going to glue on our grass piece, so just put glue all along the bottom, and glue the big piece on top. Then I'm going to set that off to the side. Next, I'm getting this big bag of rocks that I actually collected from a river near my house, but you can just buy them, and a lot of seashells. So the main part of this is just gluing down rocks and kind of putting them together like puzzle pieces. This took quite a long time, but it's actually pretty fun once you get started. And we're just going to be putting some seashells on here and there to be the pools for the water. Then I'm going to use my glue gun and I'm going to disperse some glue and swirl it around to give it the water effect. Then just keep on putting on rocks and building it up. Here's another seashell, and another seashell, and more rocks. Now you can really make this as high as you want and make it with as many shells as you want. I decided to make it a little taller. Once you build it up as high as you want, you're going to fill up each shell with hot glue. So you want to just keep pumping out the glue, and the glue should kind of settle in together and give you a smooth, watery look. Then you're going to want to shake the whole thing a little bit to just kind of get the glue to all settle and flatten out evenly. Then you're going to get some normal clear tape. You're going to connect it to the top of one of the seashells and the bottom glue pool of another one. Make sure that it's securely tightened before going over the plastic with glue. This will give it a realistic, watery look. It'll crumple the tape up and just make it look like water is falling. Now if your tape is not long enough or not securely fastened at the bottom, it will shrink up and do what it's doing here where it's not connected at the bottom. So sometimes it's a little tricky, but you can just try to connect it again with more hot glue at the bottom. And do this as many times as you want from different shells to give it the waterfall look. Next we're going to be making a bench, and so I'm just cutting out 4 pieces 4 centimeters long and cutting those out. Then get some sandpaper and just sand down the edges. Then I'm going to get a toothpick and I'm just going to measure out 4 pieces of the height of 2 of the popsicle sticks. I don't know if that makes sense. But we're going to cut those out. And I'm going to use these as the supports for the back and the bottom of the bench. So I'm going to sand those. But then we're going to get our hot glue and glue 2 of the long pieces together. Then just repeat with the other 2 popsicle sticks. Then we're going to glue 2 of the popsicle sticks together with the other 2 popsicle sticks to make the bench shape. Then we're going to be gluing these smaller pieces on the back of the bench and the bottom of the bench just to add some support. And I don't know, I just kind of thought that this made it look more like a bench, but you can leave it off if you don't like it. Then I'm cutting 2 very small pieces of a toothpick, and then getting a popsicle stick and just cutting 2 pieces that are the width of our bench. Then again, we're going to sand down these pieces. We're going to be using these to make the armrests for our chair. So start by putting a little drop of glue in the front hand corner, and we're going to put 1 of those little pieces of toothpick in each corner. Then we're going to put some glue on the back of the bench and on the little toothpick, and we're going to put our popsicle stick on top to act as the top part of the armrest. Then we're just going to repeat this on both sides. Now for the legs of the bench, I just got a popsicle stick and traced how long the bottom of the bench was. Just cut 2 of those pieces out, and again, of course, I sanded them. And then I glued them onto the bottom of our bench. Then we're going to bring our display back in, and I just put hot glue on the bottom feet of the bench and placed it where I wanted it. Then just make sure that you hold it down firmly until it's set. Then I got some of my tacky glue and ran it along the edge of the bank of the river, or the pond, or whatever this is. Then I'm going to sprinkle some sand that I had, or some gravel that I actually got at Hobby Lobby to make a sandy / rocky bank. Then I'm getting some flower bushes that I also got at Hobby Lobby, and I'm placing them around. And this is where you can really just kind of make it however you want by adding different plants or flowers or anything like that along the waterfall or along the ground near the bench or wherever you want. Then I just decided to make a stone path heading up to the waterfall, but you can leave this off if you want. Then my battery and my camera died, but I did add this wooden border around, and I did cut out this piece of plastic that fits into the shape of our water. Then using this clay tool made out of silicone and some clay to make our koi fish for our pond. So I'm going to start by just shaping out our koi fish with the silicone tool, which made it a lot easier. And I'm just going to be adding different colors onto the body of this white fish. And then I also decided to make a gold koi fish to go along with this one. You can make however many fish you want, or you can just leave them out completely if you don't want to make them by hand. You can really make these look however you want to. After I'm done, I'm just using some tacky glue and gluing them into my water, and then I'm going to be putting the plastic that we cut before on top. This just makes it look like the fish are in the water. I really like doing this technique. Then I'm going to glue in the plastic and glue some plants around the edges where the plastic didn't reach. And then I'm gluing the waterfall pieces back on that I had to remove earlier to fit in the plastic. And that is our final display. I love this method because you can really make it look any way that you want. You can make a really big one or a small one. So that is the end of this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe down below if you want to see more videos from me in the future. You can also like it down below, and if you want to, you can also comment down below. Pretty much everything's down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!